Ever since the Trailblazer Reloaded League relics were revealed, people have been having tribalistic debates over which is the best relic in every tier. We have the classic tier 3 debate of Fire Sale vs Banker's Note. We have the tier 1 debate of Production Prodigy vs Trickster. Sorry Endless Harvest, you're not in this conversation because both sides can agree that you're the worst option. But one place there hasn't been much debate at all is tier 5, where Treasure Seeker is undoubtedly king, aside from for the 4 people who picked Endless Harvest and then also felt compelled to pick Infernal Tools to make it any good. But I'm here to show you that if you have the right regions for it, the Bloodthirsty relic is very powerful indeed. Printing resources, Slayer points galore. That's yet another Bloodthirsty superior defeated for 141 Limpwort roots. Looks like I'm banking a lot of Herblore supplies, which is partly great. I guess the problem on the other side is that I'm really bottlenecked when it comes to farming seeds. But I do have some monsters in my regions that do just drop straight herbs, so hopefully I will be able to get around that issue. Well, still on the Bloodvel Slayer task, almost done, and this is, I believe, my 4th Bloodthirsty variant this task. Honestly, this is going so ridiculously fast. The XP is crazy. Oh, more Quorum Seeds, that's awesome. I really don't think there's going to be enough time in this league for me to farm all the herb seeds that I'm going to get from this, so a bit of a shortcoming with my region and relic combinations, but that's fine, it'll do. Alright, so that's the Slayer task done. I did get, I believe, around 1.3 million XP from 57 to 77 Slayer in this one task. Yeah, casually getting like 20 Slayer levels. These relics are making Slayer a lot of fun. I'm smithing some arrow tips right now because I really need to get my fletching level up. Not only because there's a bunch of fletching tasks, but also because I need fletching levels to make better bolts. And better bolts, well, let's just say that with the ranged relic, I'll be doing much better damage. Oh, I feel really sad for Mr. Drew P. Wiener, who has done, looks like about 350 KC at Commander Ziliana. Even got the pet, and is yet to get an Armadillo crossbow. Good luck, my friend. I hope you get it soon. Okay, well, my replay buffer isn't working for some reason, but I did get a missed battle staff from a regular superior, which was a hard task. Oh, and I guess I also got an imbued heart, which is not as cool as the missed battle staff, but yeah. And this shot right here should get me level 99 ranged! But this is only one piece of the puzzle to getting my range damage up. I can still increase my range damage from getting hit points levels to juice my berserk a little bit more. I still need to get my prayer up to unlock my best ruinous power. Not to mention upgrading from this rune crossbow to even better weapons. Every time I get one of these Bloodthirsty superiors now, I'm just excited to see what excessive amount of supplies I'm gonna get this time. In this case, 86 U-logs. That's actually probably one of the best things I could be getting right now because I really need to get my fletching level up. 100 unicorn horns. Okay, that's a lot of anti-poisons. Honestly, just give me more logs. I would really like some more logs right now. 12 Irit seeds. Not bad. That's actually probably the best herb seed to get because Irits are generally very easy to get secondaries for, so they're very good for Herblore XP. 40 spiders. As you can see here, my yield for my last herb run was 6 quorums. That's not a lot. Herbs are gonna be kind of difficult on this account. But Venenotis has quite a few nice noted herb drops on her table. So I'm thinking, can I try that out? Can I get some Herblore XP from fighting Venenotis? So I've decided that I really need to get my fletching level up so I can make some decent bolts, ruby bolts and diamond bolts before I take on Venenotis. And I decided while I train my fletching, I'm just gonna run around and do some clues because thanks to this Banker's Note relic, I can quite easily zero time that skill. Well, I have a clue in the cooking guild, and for some reason I dropped my chef's hat previously, so I can't get in there now. So I am tearing up these goblins in Lumbridge trying to get one. Also, fun fact, there are 121 goblin spawns in and around Lumbridge, which, if I had to guess, is probably the most of any NPC in one area. Well, I got some clues done while training fletching, and now have enchanted diamond and ruby bolts, which I think will be a pretty significant DPS increase over just using plain Runite bolts like I was up until now. And I have 25 total boxes to open. Let's see how many interesting items I can get from them. So out of 16 beginner clues, I got 3 unique items. I think I need 1 more to get a task for 5 collection log slots filled. Honestly, they don't really seem to be worth my time very much. Like, they are quick, but also the rate of getting uniques is pretty poor, to be honest, even with 4 times drop rate. These hearts, however, they don't need to give me anything super rare to be useful. Just some range gear upgrades would be nice. Oh my, this is... Wow, that's kind of stacked. Oh my, what? Explorer backpack. That's an item I don't think I've ever seen before. And it excuse me, sir, get out, thank you. And it looks really nice. That's a cool piece of fashion. Not to mention this piece of blessed d'hide, which gives better stats than this black d'hide body. And if I just get the Ceradomin d'hide chaps now, that is another task done. Magic shortbow, not sure if that's useful anywhere. I'm pretty sure it's just strictly worse than the rune crossbow with my relic buff. Nunchucks are best in slot melee weapon, so that's pretty cool. Oh, there we go. Best in slot fashion scape. Now I look like a real musketeer. Got the double stabby boys. Yeah, hard clues are definitely a lot more fun to open than beginner clues, that's for sure. Right, so I have never done Venenatis before in my life, so obviously this can only go well, right? Alright, well that was... that was kind of easy, to be honest. Like, I'm still hitting a lot of zeros. I would really like to get a crossbow. This would go a lot faster with that, I think. 225 magic logs, perfect. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. The specs don't stop. Who needs Weapon Master? Oh, and 300 more diamond bolts, so I can just keep on specking with them. 45 grimy toad flax. That is what we came here for. When you're someone like me with no farmer's relic and but 1 herb patch to use, these herb drops are exactly what you're looking for. Oh, regular super restores. That's perfect. I need to use them outside of the wilderness sometime after all. It's crazy how many of these drops just seem to be useful. Like, oh, 225 super compost. I only have 1 compost bin, so that actually saves me from having to worry about that. Okay, I decided I'm going to finish this task over at Spindle because Venenatis has really high defense, which is kind of getting annoying, and here I seem to have a much better hit chance, so it just makes it a little bit less frustrating to do. Oh boy, that... For Spindle KC for the Void Waker gem. Oh boy, that's 2 rare drops. Dragon Pickaxe, which is probably a task, I would assume. Yeah, 80 points. Oh my god, what is this damage? Oh, just tearing Spindle apart here. Very fast kill to end the task. More dark crabs. Fire Sail Pickers will have you believe that you need Fire Sail to get Onyx Bolts, but I'm having no problem with these right now. I just realized that Fossil Island Wyverns are not only going to be a good prayer task because of the Wyvern Bones, but also because they drop so many fossils with the 8 times multiplier. Once I finish filling out the museum, I can just turn those into prayer XP. Dagonoth. Is it time for some bossing? It's always so funny to see what people are leaving on this table. Bunch of coins, some BGS, some Tassies, bunch of rare items that are just gonna disappear in a matter of minutes. Oh, damn it, I came here to the water birth and I forgot a rune throne axe. No problem. Let's destroy that. Then teleport over to that side. Even using the wrong combat style is going surprisingly quickly here against Supreme. Kind of thought I would have to tribrid here at the DKs, but no, looks like ranged only. Thanks to that relic, works perfectly fine. Here I'm about to get a very important level. 1800 total level. Not a task or anything, but it means that now the Crystal of Memories has no cooldown, so I can use it as often as I want. I just got myself a Mud Battle Staff, and equipping that was yet another hard task. The great thing about doing Dagonoth Kings is that pretty much every single rare drop that you get is going to be worth an 80-point hard task. So it's a pretty quick and easy way to just farm up a ton of points. And there's that beautiful golden loot beam Berserker ring. 11 kills of each DK, and I've already gotten 3 of the rare items. Ooh, Dragon Axe on the floor to complement the Dragon Pickaxe I got recently. I'm also now realizing that Dagannoth Kings are really good for the combat achievement task because look, 25 kill count for each king, that's 3 points. Which means that I'm now about to get 9 full combat achievement points just from getting a relatively small number of KC. And every tier of combat achievement diary that you complete is an elite task worth 200 points, so they're definitely worth pursuing. Do you guys reckon I have enough tools to start training woodcutting now? Ooh, there it is, the Archer's Ring. Gonna be my best in slot for my best combat style for the rest of the league. This means I now only have 2 items left to get, the Seer Call and the Seer's Ring, and then I am all done at Dagannoth Kings. And this is gonna be the task to kill 50 of each Dagannoth King. There are further tasks to get 150 and 300 kills, 150 being a hard task and 300 being an elite task. But to be honest, I don't really think they're worth the time. Like, these kills do still take quite a while, and it's not like it's a super interesting boss anyway. There's no real mechanics here. I mean, I guess there is the mechanic of you're supposed to attack each of them with a different combat style, but as you can see, my relic kind of just allows me to ignore that mechanic entirely, so I'm gonna stay until I get those 2 items, and then... Oh yeah, another Dragon Axe, that's exactly what I needed. Oh my god, yes, the Seer's Ring. I am really hoping that I get the Seer Call soon. You might think it's strange that I want the Seer Call, given that I even made a video saying how useless that item is. But in fact, there is one very specific use for it here, for me, in this league, and I would really like to get it for that purpose. This is why I really wanted to get everything done before the end of the task. Finding a freaking world with a regular cave open is very annoying. Well, back to back, Archer's Ring, Seer's Ring. So I'm in Death's office because I died, but do you want to hear something fun? My idea with the Seer Call was to use it as a weapon with which to lower the corporeal beast's magic. The common strategy when soloing to use a Bandos Godsword to do this, but obviously since I won't have access to one, the Seer Call was the next best thing. However, as it turns out, the Seer Call spec will only lower magic once. And if I only hit, let's say, around somewhere in the 30s at best, that's maybe a 10% reduction in magic level. It's not huge. And I honestly cannot be bothered to continue killing Dagannoth, so I'm just gonna call it there. Turns out that even when you're area restricted and you really need a weapon for a very specific task, the Seer Call still sucks. Jagex, please buff it. On a more positive note, I do now have a bunch of easy points banked, and I'm very excited to claim them. And I will say, as annoying as it was for that to last as long as it did, it is fun to see all these items in the inventory. My 10 Dragon Axes. I think I'm pretty ready to go woodcutting now with these Dragon Axes. So wielding that is, I assume, a task, or maybe using the spec. There we go, chop chop. And of course, wielding each ring is a hard task, and wielding all the rings is an elite task. And that puts me all the way up to mithril rank. I think I got 600 points or so from that just now. 18,000 exactly. Well, I think I have enough bones banked here to get 84 prayers, so I think I'm just going to use them up real quick before I continue on with Slayer. Oh yes, these Dagannoth bones are 7,000 XP each, with a 50% chance to get saved, so effectively 14,000 XP per Dagannoth bone. Wow, I got up to 84 prayer with far more bones left than I thought I would have, so I'm very satisfied with how this is going. Well, I actually got myself up to 87 prayer, a few levels more than I needed. Now I can switch to the Ruinous Powers, and I have access to Annihilate, which increases my range strength by 27%. Nearly double what I was receiving with Eagle Eye. Also, Fumus's Vow is something that might be interesting once I get a Toxic Blowpipe, but I'll have to see. And most importantly, I do have the Protect from Bread prayer. It's really good for all of you celiacs out there. Alright, let's see how much faster this is now that I have this much better prayer. Okay. I like that. That's pretty good. I think another thing that really goes overlooked about the Bloodthirsty relic is the amount of Slayer points that you get from defeating these superiors. So the Bloodthirsty variants give 22 Slayer points and the standard superiors give 15 Slayer points. So I'm getting several hundred Slayer points per task just from fighting these superiors. And so while I may not be able to pick my tasks, I could very quickly have enough Slayer points to where I can essentially just skip any tasks that I don't want freely. Damn, people will really try to justify picking anything other than Berserker as their tier 7 relic. Just look at this shred. Okay, can't do that with Soul Stealer. level, 95 hit points, which gives me 100 combat, and it brings me very close to being able to juice my Berserker Relic as much as possible. But as you can see, sometimes I juice it a little bit too hard. And shortly after, 25 million ranged XP, which is a 200 point task. But realistically, 200 mil ranged doesn't take a long time. Oh my god, I keep doing this. Okay, as I was saying, when you're hitting numbers like these, you know, 25 million range doesn't take a long time. Oh, 13 radar seeds. That's exactly what you love to see. Imagine getting an agility level by running around on your Slayer task. Abyssal Demons. Okay, it's not Dark Beasts, but this is a very, very good task. Alright, so this is going to be the strategy for the Abyssal Demons. Shoot one of them each time with the diamond bolts, stack them all up, and then once they're all stacked up, finish them off with the chins. Yeah, I need some use for these black chins that I caught, okay? So the great thing about this task, these Abyssal Demons in the Wilderness, is that I have a 1 in 25 chance of spawning a Superior, and Superiors always drop a Laurent's Key, which is just yet more loot that I can get, which is really nice. Well, as expected, I managed to not keep track of my prayer points and die because I was juicing my Berserker Relic too hard. And unfortunately, I think that means that all of my Chinchompas are gone. I don't know why I withdrew all of them from my bank. I guess realistically, it's not a huge deal. I mean, I already got well past 99 range, so I don't really need them, but kind of sad. Okay, so at first I saw this Dust Devil task and I was really mad that I just lost my Chinchompas. But I realized that they actually have low enough health as to where I can pretty much instantly kill them anyway with my Berserker Relic, so not a big deal actually. I will say I don't think I've ever seen these gray Dust Devils before, but somehow it just makes a lot more sense that they're gray than their usual brown. I mean, the dust around your house is normally gray, right? Look at this big brain over here. Oh my god. And yet again, another guaranteed Laurent's Key. Oh boy, I cannot wait to just stack these up and go on a Laren's chest opening spree. These keys are truly just non-stop. And the fact that you can expect to get them at a rate of 1 in 25 at least on these Wilderness Slayer tasks really makes Bloodthirsty an excellent relic choice if you've decided on Wilderness. Well, it's my first time getting the Bloodthirsty Choke Devil. It looks kind of like a big green booger. Oh, okay, well I guess he decided to go back to his usual color. Yeah, okay, monkfish, whatever, that's not too important, but I will happily take my guaranteed Laurent's Key every time. What's up, treasure seeker pickers? How you doing on Slayer points? Are you getting tasks you don't like? Why don't you just use your Slayer points to cancel them? I don't get it. Well, from finishing this one singular Dust Devil task, I earned myself 17 Laurent's Keys and 277 Slayer points. Ooh, my next task is Revenants. That's actually going to be a lot of fun, but I'm going to put this off for a second because I just learned, I don't know why, I had previously assumed that the Ironworth dungeon is a standard Slayer dungeon that requires you to be on task, but that's actually not the case. Which means I can go and get myself a Dark Bow right now, so I'm going to go there and do that until I get one. Actually, before doing the Dark Beast grind, I decided I'm going to come over here and do my favorite thing, which is opening boxes. And of course, making treasure seeker pickers feel bad. Well, no Dagon High pieces, but lots of nice loot. 20,000 Pure Essence, which I think means that I pretty much have 99 Runecrafting Bank now, actually. Kind of nice to know that I don't need to go and do more Soul Wars for Pure Essence. Well, I died because I was, you guessed it, juicing my Berserker Relic too hard at Dark Beasts. But maybe it's a blessing in disguise because I teleported back to Prif and I saw this crystal impling and it gives me... Okay, nothing very interesting. Well, that didn't take too long. The Dark Bow has been acquired. Now all I have left to do is to get some Dragon Arrows to pair with it. There are two ways I could go about getting Dragon Arrows. One is getting 90 fletching and using up those Dragon Arrow tips that I got from Laurent's chest, but honestly I think it'll be a lot faster to just do some Corrupted Gauntlet. I think I have like a 1 in 8 chance of getting some Dragon Arrows, so let's do that. Oh. Not bad. Got a collection log slot from that, my 100th one. Alright, well, this is already going a lot easier than it did the first time. I am still messing up the 5-to-1 quite a bit, but, no, progress is progress. Oh, there we go, Dragon Arrows. Alright, got what I came here for. So the Dark Bow is a pretty unique weapon, in that it looks very cool. It's the coolest looking weapon in the game. Okay, but aside... It's not even funny. Why are you laughing? First of all, it's unique that it looks pretty freaking cool. I think this is my favorite looking bow in the entire game. But it's also unique in the fact that it has 2 special attacks. So see, right now I have rune arrows equipped, and it has this special attack called Descent of Darkness, which deals a double attack of 30% more damage. But if I equip these dragon arrows, it has a different special attack called Descent of Dragons, which deals up to 50% more damage. So quite a bit stronger. And I have decided that I'm going to take it for a spin at a boss that previously gave me a little bit of trouble, just to get some revenge. Oh, come on, Jagex, you really going to give me a damage cap in leagues?